my fellow comic book collectors. This is the Price Variance Show, and we're going to be looking at CovrPrice's week in review. And it's going to be, pretty cool thing. I love when we do these because we look at the books that other people are recommending and, sort of kind of delving into. And we're giving our opinion. Would we collect it? Would we forget it? Would we burn it? Would we do something else that I always forget what it is? Or, what are we going to do with those books? So, yes, what is the first book that we're going to look at today, Mark?
Okay, so I need to share my screen. And I'm sharing that screen. Let's see if that works. There we go. So this is CovrPrice Comics of the Week, or the weekly review for March 17th. And we are starting off with a little cracker.
A book that I think both of us would like. This book.
I would like to have this, yes, but I don't think I'll. Yeah, I would like to have it, actually. It's the first appearance of Power Girl.
So that's our first review. I think we both like this book. This book is really undervalued, in my opinion. Really undervalued.
Yeah.
I think, even when we saw the eBay listings there, it was like a couple $100.
Yeah.
It's like for Power Girl, and
yeah, well, it's a DC, isn't it? And DC are undervalued. The book is currently hitting a new high of 2,650 for a 9.8. There are 563 recorded sales, and the FMV for a fine copy is settling around 125. Now, I think that's really good value. A 6.0 of this at 125, I'd probably buy.
Yeah. So I forgot what range mine is. Like I have I think it's like a 7 or 8, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I paid less than $100 for it. It's a book that to me is way undervalued. She's a very popular character.
Yeah.
Very sexy character. Yeah. And guys, nerdy guys like us, we kind of like our sexy females. So, I don't see why people.
We're both a collector on that one, I think.
Yeah. I think that has room to grow.
I agree.
Okay.
Second up, it's Blue Book 1 in Hook Lee cover. This is the latest from Tinian. It's gone hot.
Yeah. So when did this book come out? Like 2023? I mean, this is brand new, brand spanking new. I actually think I have that book. So since I have it, it should go up to at least $2,000-$3,000.
I've got this, but not that cover. I
think that's the incentive variant, right?
I don't know.
Comics Pro variant.
The retailer event, was provided, but it's rare variant. Yeah. So
I mean, it's again Tinian, right? So I have a feeling though that when something is killing the children and Nice House on the Lake, those books were kind of hot for a while and then they kind of dropped.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is a good book. I'm not, I think Tinian's a great writer. So I have a feeling this is going to go up.
Yeah, I'm not going to go out. I'm going to say forget on this one. I'm not going to go out and buy this for $248 raw.
Yeah. And you're probably, if you wait a few months, it will come back down. It's sort of like that buzz,
Yeah. So I'm buying this series. I haven't, and I've got I think it's the standard cover A, which
me too. I forgot what it looks like.
Which I paid cover price for. I'm not going out and paying $250 for a variant copy because they inevitably come down.
Mm-hmm. So I have a feeling this will come down, and it'll be, other thing is because people already know to expect him, you're sort of baking into that price that people are on the hype train before it even gets out. And the people are going to buy it in dozens with that in mind. So they're going to dump onto the market once. Yeah.
Okay. Looks like your type of stuff, Alan. This is Crime Patrol issue 16.
I believe this is the last in the Crime Patrol run. Before it changes its title. Is that right?
The second appearance of the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. And I think it changes it to Haunt of something or Tales of the Crypt afterwards or whatever it is.
It doesn't say that. A CGC slab sold a 5.5 sold for 1,455, and it's just sold for 1,987. So it's quite a nice increase on that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the last in the series, and that becomes like either Haunt of Fear or one. I forgot what the title is that it switches to. 17 is the next, but it's like a new title.
Okay.
This is sort of where they're changing between they're realizing, hey, horror sells, and we're going to go horror. And it's also the second Crypt Keeper. This is a great.
Okay, yeah, because it's Crime Patrol, and then it's going to go into something horror, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So
there's the Crypt of Terror there, which is obviously where the
probably it's Crypt of Terror then. Yeah, I forgot what the names are. That's why. Yeah, so I have a feeling this is a great book. How much did it sell for?
A 2,000. A 4.5 just sold for 2,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm not going
to
price.
So I'm not sure what the census is on this book, but this is one of those ones you got to be careful in a way, because EC books are actually pretty common.
Okay.
But this is one that probably is a great book, has room to grow, but it could, it could be hyped.
There's been 6 recorded raw sales for this, and the FMV is settling around 2,200 for VG raw, so there can't be that many of them.
Yeah, I'm always a little bit nervous with with the EC. I mean, they're great books. Like, there's a huge demand for EC. Everybody wants free code horror.
Yeah.
So this is probably a safe book, but be careful with any time you buy EC books, is my point.
Okay, next up we have got DuckTales issue 1 from 2011. Any Nintendo Entertainment fan will recognize this 8-bit homage to the classic DuckTales video game, originally released in 1989. Okay, so this is a video game linked comic.
I actually had a chance to buy this one.
Did you buy it?
Nope.
What happened? We outbid?
Nope. No. It was a claim sale, and nobody actually bought it. The guy was like, "Oh, this is going to be a really great book. This is going to be a really great book." I think he wanted like $200 for it, 9.8.
Okay, well, recorded raw sales have ranged from 250 to 699.
Yeah, I'm just saying I was stupid. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say.
I think you missed out there if you had a chance to get that.
I missed out.
Right. This isn't for me.
Isn't it for me either? So that's why I didn't buy it. I like DuckTales, but I don't really get into these, like, there's like so many like that where it's like Mario Brothers, where there's like some crazy little 2-bit or 16-bit kind of cover, or 8-bit or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't appeal to me for some reason. I don't know why.
It doesn't appeal to me. I'm not really
But it is probably one of those. I think it's a very scarce book, and that's why.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My guess is it's going to be quite rare, but it's not for me. I won't be going out looking for it. Right. Next up, we've got The Flash 794, Torrin Clark Virgin Foil, and this is new.
Yeah, this just came out. I saw this book.
Yeah, it's going at 165. The same comments as previously. Really, I don't particularly like the cover, so I'm not going to be getting this either now or in the future.
Is this? There's no first appearance or first cover or anything to the girl.
It's only recently. Somebody called Iris came into her powers.
Like, I thought maybe it was like her first cover appearance in costume or something like that. Or I
don't think so. I think it's just a nice cover that's shot up. A great pickup if your shop has one available for cheap. Yeah, if I see one at cover price, I'll pick it up.
Oh yeah. But it's not going to be cover price. It's a 1 in 50, so it's probably going to be about $50.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, my comic shop has been dropping them on their site at $35. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. So, and that's somewhat held back the price. Yeah. Well, it would do.
Yeah, I don't mind the cover, so I think it's kind of nice actually. But yeah, I wouldn't pay big money for it, but it's nice.
Right.
Oh, I know this. Another big one for me.
Have you got this one, Alan?
Yeah, this is First Uncle Scrooge.
Ah, okay. Yes, you've shown this. I've seen it. That's where I recognise the cover. Yeah. So this is the 4-color 178 and the first first Scrooge McDuck. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so a graded 3.0 sold for 452.
452, over $100 more than its previous sale 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think I paid that much for my 5.0. I have a 5.0 copy of it. It's gone up a lot since I bought mine.
Yeah, no, that's a good investment. That's a good investment.
Yeah, he's a staple character. He's loved by so many people. I was super excited when I got my copy.
We just needed him on the cover, Alan.
Yeah, that's that part. He's not on the cover. He actually made. I have a couple copies of his first cover appearance, which is really an underrated book. That's a book that I'd actually spec on. But this one is one of those ones that's hard to get in high grade. It's pretty rare for the fact that it is a Disney comic, and Disney comics are like mass produced.
Yeah,
it was a 4-color.
I'd much rather have that than that previous Nintendo 8-bit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and they're about the same price.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the other one was 600 actually, right? And this is like 400.
Yeah, so I'd much rather have this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And a 3.0 will present reasonably well. So yeah, so this one definitely a collect. Definitely. Yeah. And I see so much upgrowth for it too.
Yeah, collect for me. Right. Fringe Zero 2008 convention preview. Fringe is a fan favorite science fiction television series from Fox that aired from 2008 to 2013. I never seen it. Alan,
I might have seen it. I've heard of the name Fringe as a TV series. I think I've heard it, but I never watched it, so I don't know anything about it.
10 years ago, if you did. It was created by J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not excited about this. Not a great cover. Yeah, and I didn't know the series, so nothing for me on this one.
No, not for me. I'm afraid that's a forget for me. Oh, we've got a Godzilla.
Godzilla
Hell 1 cover RE-A. It's the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Jane Stocko variant.
Yeah. Like I know there's a bunch of collectors for Godzilla. But these San Diego Comic-Con exclusives don't hold their value. Yeah. Like they really don't do well, like historically speaking. So this would be a pass for me. I just
they're basically saying that these Godzillas don't usually hold their value, but this one is so rare, it's exceptionally rare. And the recent Raw sold for $275. So if I see now I know that if I see somebody selling that for a $5, I'll buy it.
Yeah. Just as a flip,
to go out and pay $275 or whatever it is.
But it could be the case you'll never see it.
Well, yeah, exactly. You never know, though. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, but it's one of those things. If you just kind of memorize the cover,
yeah,
you know, like of all these books, even you never know. Like some
that's one of the reasons for going through these lists, isn't it? Is that you know, if you've got a good pictorial memory, you go, I'm sure I've seen that on a list somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, we have got Hellwich Forbidden 1.
Oh, nice.
And it looks like it's a completely gold cover with embossed gold cover. And this is new, 3D printed. Oh, it's a 3D printed cover. I don't think I've ever seen a 3D printed cover.
That's kind of interesting. Limited to 25.
So I'm not going to find one of these, am I?
Wow.
The only way to call it yours was to back the project and contribute a whopping $1,600.
Oof.
You're definitely not going to find a copy of this in a dollar bin, because just to get one, you've had to pay $1,600.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Well, that's interesting, though. If you're the person who's done it, it's a good idea. If you manage to sell 25 of them at $1,600.
Yeah, so just so you know, Coffin Comics
Yeah.
is what's his name? Dave Polito, is that right? The guy that does the Lady Death and all those
Oh,
ones.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Evil Ernie. So yeah, he does these Kickstarter campaigns or whatever they're, I think it's Kickstarter. I believe it's Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, it is Kickstarter. Yeah.
yeah, and then they'll do these things. He also has his website. You can go on his website and buy a lot of the comics. I bought like a whole bunch of Lady Death from him and other ones that he has. Um
I don't think we need to worry about this now, because we're never going to get a
yeah,
copy, because
yeah.
25 people have got it, and they're the people who supported the Kickstarter campaign at $1,600.
The funny thing is, I actually think it's a bad investment.
I do. I think it's a gimmick.
Yeah, like those. Sadly, they don't go for much. They're always great covers and stuff. Like his covers are all fun and all, but nobody really collects it.
Yeah.
It's like it's just has a very small group of people. And even the fact that this is 1 in 25, or there's 25 of them, I just don't see people paying $2,000 or more for this book. I think it's already maxed out its price that it could possibly go for.
I would tend to agree. Right. I think
this is a book that I'm chasing.
Okay. Tell us about it then, Alan.
Oh my goodness. I had an opportunity to buy this recently, and I actually asked the guy, but he, sometimes on Instagram they filter out your messages so you don't get they don't see your message. I was trying to pick this book up. Could have gotten it for $800.
Whoa.
This is Jumbo Comics 69.
Yeah.
It is the first artwork by Matt Baker.
Matt Baker. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so this is a very hot book because Matt Baker is a currently very hot artist.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people collect him.
Yeah.
And to get his first artwork is kind of cool. It's not a first cover. It's not his cover. He didn't do the cover. He did the interior art.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So yeah, but it is definitely a book that people are hunting for. It's rare enough.
CGC 30 just sold for 1,800, which 2 years ago, that's what an 80 sold for.
So, yeah, I the copy I was trying to pick up was a 30 probably, and it was raw for about 800.
That's okay. That's about right. Yeah, that's quite a good deal, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't get it. But I'll try again. I think I'm going to contact the guy again. But definitely a great book. I've been trying to get this book. It's a hard book to find, actually, but it comes up once in a while. It's one of those ones that you have to really look for. Really hard to get.
Okay, right. I think that's your lot, Alan. That's your.
That's our 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the next 10 on Mark's channel. And these have been pretty good. A lot of stuff that I've been collecting.
This is a good list because you get different stuff on it. You don't just get the same stuff occurring like you do on some of the other lists. So I like.
Yeah, and it's pretty mixed too. It's like Golden Age to modern.
Going from 1944 to 2023. So I quite like this list.
Yeah. So I'm really curious what is going to be on the next part of the list. And if you're curious, go over to Mark's channel and check it out, and we'll see what's on the next 10 of the list. Bye for now.
Indeed. Bye. See you soon.